Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking 4 of our favorite hard-bodied bucktail Boilermaker style of baits. You're going to see the hot dog slapper from Big Guy Baits. You're going to see the high roller from Handlebars Musky Lures out of Southern Ontario. You're going to see the Pugsley from Spanky Baits. And last but not least, you're going to see the all-new food truck from Musky Munchies. Let's get into it. Just a quick kind of intro on how we use these. We like to cast them out, get them in the water, and then put our rod tip under the water just to keep the lure not on the surface, but just down a little bit. That's kind of a tip that Babe from Big Guy Baits told us to use his hot dog slapper, which this is right here. It just keeps the bait just subsurface a little bit more. It doesn't allow it to kind of ride right on the surface. I know that's a great way to use it, but that's just not how we use it. So in the video, Dave's casting out. He's using a 9-foot shock and awe with a 7-to-1 Pro Rex. He's getting the bait in the water, and he's putting his rod tip down in the water anywhere from 3 inches to like 9 inches, give or take. So it's just underneath the water, and we're trying to keep the bait under the water. So of the 4 that you're going to see in the video, these are 4 that we kind of reach for, like I said in the intro. The first one is from Handlebars Musky Lures out of Southern Ontario, and this is their high roller. And it's probably, the most different in that it doesn't have flash at the front of the body like most of this style of baits do. The flash is at the back. Smaller body, it definitely doesn't have the buoyancy of some of the other ones, so it rides a little bit deeper. You get a lot of thump, and it's probably the most bucktail-like of the 4 baits that we have here. We really like this one. Looks good in the water, makes a lot of noise. The blades make a lot of noise, so definitely check that one out. That's the first one you're going to see in the video. Next one you're going to see is the Pugsley from Spanky Baits. A little bit bigger body, definitely has a bit more buoyancy. We like the single bladed version. It just has a lot of thump in the water. This is one that we turned to a few times this year. We did get some nice fish on the Pugsley, and we'll kind of explain where it is we're using these towards the end of the video, so stick around for that. All right, the next one you're going to see is the aforementioned hot dog slapper, and this is from Big Guy Baits. And this is definitely the most buoyant of the 4 that I have here, and you'll see in the attached video that this one, at the same speed of retrieve that Dave was using for all of these, this one has a tendency to ride higher in the water. So that's just something to keep in mind, but it's something that worked really well when my kids were using it. We'll touch on that in a bit. So the last one you're going to see is the food truck from Musky Munchies. And it's unique in that it has the prop style blade on the front, ticker bars, and bigger body on it. Definitely more buoyant, but it's counteracted by the prop style blade does not have as much inherent lift as, say, a double mag blade, and it's a heavier bait, so it does actually ride down in the water column a little bit, but it's one that we would use probably more around that sand to weed to rock mix where you want to get a bait down a little bit deeper and you're not just trying to skim the surface. All right, the $1 million question. When do I not just use a bucktail here? Blade with no name. Anybody that's watched this channel knows what this has done for us on this channel. But where do I reach for a hard body bait when I wouldn't use a bucktail? Well, earlier in the year, last year, the weeds come up really fast. They weren't quite to the surface, but they were very thick. So getting a conventional bucktail through some of the weeds was just hard. It was very tough. We had to use a spinner bait, or we reached to this. And I think our very first fish of the year, Dave got on a hot dog slapper. And what we were doing is casting it out, getting it right on top of the weeds, and then just slow rolling it so it's just subsurface. And we were able to contact quite a few fish. And the other thing I like about this style of bait is in the hands of my daughters, Kenzie caught a big tiger on a Pugsley, and she was just slow rolling it in and letting the buoyancy of the body ride up. So it's almost like a surface bait. And we didn't have to worry about them doing anything specific with the bait. Just slow roll it in, let the blade kind of flop around, and it's a big target for the fish. And we really like it in that application. When the weeds are really high, just get it out there, slow roll it in over top of the weeds. It can be just slightly subsurface or near the surface, and it really worked for us. And if you guys like this type of content, check out this video right here where we had an awesome day on the water. And until next time, 54 Bus is out of here. We'll catch you guys out on the water later.